shame on you for listening to Working Crass Podcast. That's Lauren.
Shame on you.
And I'm Joshua. How dare you? If your wife knew you were listening to this podcast, she would pack her bags and up and leave. Don't you think so?
She'd be handing you the divorce papers.
If you caught me listening to this podcast, what would you do?
I've handed you the divorce paper.
You go, what are you doing listening to that dirty Working Crass podcast, that filthy, filthy Working Crass podcast?
And then I'd say, who is that attractive woman? Just kidding.
You go, I like the female host, though. Whoopsie, whoopsie. That's what you say when you get turned on.
Ooh.
For everyone who doesn't know, that's the way my wife talks. When she gets really horned up, she goes, whoopsie, whoopsie. Dipsy, whipsy. She talks like a Teletubby.
And then I go, la la,
L-
Poe.
Poe. Now, you know, Poe molested children. Did you know that?
No.
Everyone in Texas. I don't know why this was a Texas thing. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's just an all-kid thing. But I remember when that happened, every one of my friends, you know, the purple Teletubby touches kids? Stay away from the purple one.
I thought they were all played by the same person.
Maybe it wasn't Poe. Maybe it was Tinky Winky. It's got to be Tinky Winky for sure.
Tinky-
If all of the names, Dipsy Whipsy, Tinky Winky, Poe, and Lala,
Yeah, I mean
Tinky Winky, that's a molester name.
Yeah, Tinky Winky, he definitely touched some dinkies. You know.
Tinky Winky rides an unmarked van up and down the street selling kids ice cream.
Mhm.
That's Tinky Winky's ice cream.
Yeah.
With a little chime, with a little bell at the top that sings Tinky Winky.
Yep.
It sings old Christmas songs.
Yeah. I mean, that's what gets the kids outside.
They go, is it Christmas time? No, it's just old Tinky Winky come to diddle you. Is that ice cream outside? No, it's just old Tinky Winky in his van looking for kids to diddle.
Is that holiday ice cream I hear? No, it's just a child predator.
Nah, it's just one of them damn Teletubbies. Anyway.
No, I really thought they were all played by the same person.
But and then how would they film there? That just seems like a long filming process. All right, let me get in the purple suit. I'll act out my part. Let me get in the pink suit. I'll act out my part.
No, see,
Then
I
they have
thought it
to
was just
Photoshop them all together.
no. I thought it was just one guy in like a green screen Teletubby suit.
That's what I'm thinking.
and,
You're thinking.
and they would just change the colors of it.
Oh, they changed the colors, but they had different designs. This goes to show that you did not watch many Teletubbies.
I did not watch Teletubbies.
Teletubbies each had an antenna, and the antenna was a very unique shape. Each Teletubby
Oh.
had their own shape.
To show you what could go in your butt.
It was, yeah. The shapes were like dildos, and it was like the little femme sign, or like the masculine sign, the femme sign, and then whatever the pedophiles have. It's the one little
Butt
pedophile.
plug.
Yeah, butt plug.
Yeah.
Tinky Winky had a butt plug at the top.
Tinky Winky's is just a very thin mustache.
I just remember one where oh man, the light is now shining in on us. If you're watching the podcast today, sorry, we don't normally film during the day, but when we film during the day, it is just light in our faces. So sorry we look so pale and white.
Yeah.
I can make shadow puppets on your face.
No.
Isn't that nice? Look,
Make
it's a
the-
dog.
Make the shape of Tinky Winky's antenna. Just a fist.
Big old fist.
Yep. That sounds about right.
Now, the only episode of Teletubbies that I remember was they had, and maybe I'm wrong, this is the way I remember it, they had all this goo, and then they spilled all the goo. They go, uh-oh, and they made a mess with all this goo.
Now we're sticky.
Uh-oh. And so they got all this goo, and they have like a friend that is a vacuum machine that has like a long nose, like a elephant, and the friend vacuums it all up. It's like a little animal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean this. That was an episode.
This sounds very sexual.
What, a friend who's a vacuum machine?
A
How's that
goo vacuum machine.
They brought a friend in to clean up all the goo. Was the friend underage? Yes.
The friend slurped up the goo.
There were actually, the child labor laws don't apply to the set of Teletubbies. I don't know if you knew that. There was a lot of kids working on Teletubbies.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they just shipped kids in. They just bust them in one at a time.
Well, they make the best goo guzzlers.
At least Tinky Winky thought so.
Yeah.
All right. I promise we can stop talking about Teletubbies now.
This sun it's right in my eyes.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like my eyes burning.
Yeah, that's stupid. What do you mean?
You know-
Your eye is burning? You don't get sun in your do you go outside often?
No.
The sun is in my eyes. It's burning. You know, I
No,
used to have to used to have to practice for marching band on the tarmac just out in the parking lot with the sun glaring in my eyes all day. You can't do a podcast with the sun through the window. It's burning. Are your eyes watering?
A little
What are you
bit.
doing? Are you twitching?
Those twitching, blinking.
Anyway.
It's fine. It's fine.
Anyway, my mom sent me something this week, and I just felt like we had to talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
As soon as she sent it, I sent this back to her. I said, "We're talking about this on the podcast," and she responded with, "Uh-oh." So my mom is a Southern lady. I
Mhm.
grew up in Texas,
Mhm.
and this looks like it was clipped out of a magazine or like a newspaper, and then sent to someone, like clipped out by a mother, put on in her phone book so she'll never forget it, and then
Mhm.
sent to her kids and turned into a meme online.
Okay.
I mean, is that not what it looks like?
Yeah, it does look that way.
That's how old people memes are newspaper clippings. Just a picture of a newspaper clipping. Isn't that cool?
Hmm.
New people memes are like, we create something new. We'll get Chat GPT to say something funny. We'll make like an AI episode of Sopranos. Something interesting.
Hmm.
Old people memes are clippings of the news of the New York Times.
Yeah, my mom used to send me little cutouts of the comic strips that would come in the Sunday comics.
That's an old man meme. That's a good old person meme.
Yeah, my mom, anytime there was one that she thought I would like, she would send it to me in the mail.
Oh my god.
And
I like that.
I love that.
I like that, I could on one website I can see a meme for my age that's like that face when she eat yo ass, and then it's just someone going, or, my granddad will send me a meme and it's just like a clipping of what happened on 9/11. Clipping of plane hits Tower 2. That's a good old meme too.
Yeah, my mom recently.
But to be fair, the tower's falling. That is that face when she's eating your ass real good. Your towers just fall down, just crumble. It just crumbles, yeah. When you get your ass eat real good by your girl, your ass just crumbles like a
planned demolition. Yeah. My mom recently sent me a card, and in it she had cut out a coupon from the newspaper for
Yeah.
allergy medicine. Because it's allergy.
It's allergy season.
It's
Here's a coupon.
It's allergy season. You never know when you're going to break out in hives.
There's an old Andy Milonakis where he has a real old lady dress up in like a sash, like she's an award winner, and it says coupon on it. And when the pizza delivery guy comes, he just gives him her, and she goes, "Hi, I'm a coupon." And the delivery driver's like, "What do I do with this?" She just goes, "I'm the coupon."
I would love to play that part.
You'd be great at that. "Hi, I'm the coupon." Everyone go look up the Andy Milonakis show. Anyway, my mom sent me this clipping, this old person meme here of a clipping from a newspaper that says, "We had a really mean mom." So I wanted to read this, but I'm going to have to read it with a slight Southern twang just because that's...
I mean, you can't. You just can't.
You just
have
can't.
to.
You just can't.
You just can't.
You just can't do it.
Mm-mm.
Because anything that my mom sends me, I just hear slightly in her voice, just a little bit in her voice. While other kids ate candy for breakfast, we had to have cereal, eggs, and toast. Okay, first of all, none of my friends had candy for breakfast. No, that doesn't make you a mean mom.
It makes you a responsible
It makes you a
mom.
responsible mom. A normal mom makes
Yeah.
their kids eat cereal, eggs, and toast instead of candy for
Yeah,
breakfast.
that's
When others had a Pepsi and Twinkie for lunch, we had to eat sandwiches. I'm like, who's the other kids?
so far. It seems like this person's main complaints are what he was and wasn't allowed to eat.
All my friends got to eat Pepsi and drink Twinkies. All my other friends had frosting for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you can guess our mother fixed us a dinner that was different from what other kids had too. They couldn't think of an example for dinner, so they're just like, and dinner different too. Mother insisted on knowing where we were at all times. You'd think we were convicts in a prison. This is my childhood. She had to know who our friends were and what we were doing with them. She insisted that if we said we'd be gone for an hour, we would be gone for an hour or less. This is 100. Were your parents like this?
No, my parents, as long as wherever we went to, we would make an effort to either let them know before we left, like if I was going to go to the park or something, to just let them know I'm going there, or if I'm going to a friend's house, if at some point I call them to let them know I made it safe. And that was about it. They didn't really, like, I remember leaving the house and just riding my bike down to like a park and being there for hours and then coming back home at like 7 p.m., 8 p.m.
I did that a lot in high school. Once I got a bike, I started to like kind of push what I was allowed to. And I mean, I'd still come home. She'd be, "Where the hell have you been?" But I mean, I didn't go that long. And like after a while, she got used to it. But yes, for a long time, you cannot ride your bike more than 3 houses down in the street. I need to see you. Or we used to go, "Can I go in the front yard?" She'd go, "The front yard? I can't see you in the front yard. You could play in the backyard only." I mean, it was very, very strict.
Yeah.
Insisted on knowing where we were at all times. She had to know who our friends were. That's another. If my mom didn't like that friend, that kid was not my friend anymore. And the kid didn't want to hang out with me because anytime he'd come over, my mom would let him know, "I don't like you."
Yeah.
Guess what? I don't like you.
That's cold. No, I mean, my parents wanted to know who our friends were. I think that's responsible to want to know who your kids' friends are.
Yeah.
And
I
make
guess
sure
so.
they're not like nefarious figures.
I guess so. Here, let me turn the brightness down on this camera because we probably look like ghosts. Hold on 1 second.
I like looking like a ghost. But yeah, you probably want to turn it down. Yeah, no, I think it's good to want to, know who your children are hanging out with. I think it just helps increase safety.
So, and let me guess, because you were allowed to go out whenever you wanted or whatever, like you weren't, kept in the house like this. Did you end up going out a lot though, or did you prefer to stay in?
I just depended on the day, really.
Okay.
Some days I would be like, I'm just vegging out at home. I want to be a homebody today. And some days I wanted to go exploring.
Most of my friends who were allowed to explore wouldn't go explore. And then my friends that weren't like me, I wasn't allowed, and I wanted so bad. So like any chance I got, I would go out and explore.
Yeah.
I loved to go out in the woods. I was a woods kid.
Yeah.
I loved to go out in the woods just with some friends, cause some ruckus. I had a friend that had some road flares. We lit some road flares out in the forest.
Yeah.
Man, why do I still live in Chicago? I miss Texas. I miss them road flares.
What about them creeks?
Oh my God, a good crick. If you get out there to a good crick.
Boy, if you hit a good crick.
That babbling brick. That babbling brick. Oh my goodness. That just that sound of that water. Oh boy. And skipping ricks. Oh my God. Well, I was good at skipping ricks. You got to find a flat one. Now, we were ashamed to admit, but she had the nerve to break the child labor laws by making us work. We had to wash the dishes, make the beds, learn to cook, vacuum the floor, do the laundry, and all sorts of cruel jobs. I think she would lie awake at night thinking of more things for us to do. Again, this one is just a responsible parent
Yeah,
thing. You make your kids do
You
chores.
should have chores as a kid.
Yeah,
Gives
absolutely.
you a sense of responsibility.
I didn't know this was a mean mom thing.
Yeah. I thought this was an every mom thing.
Now, the mean mom aspect of it, my mom, she'd stand over your shoulder while you do the dishes. Yeah, because if I'm not here, you won't do it right, and you got to do it right. We're gonna do it right the first time. This episode's for my mama. Man, there was something else. There was something I was gonna say that my mom used to say all the time about going out, but I can't remember. Oh, nobody's going anywhere. No one's doing nothing. My brother and sister will remember that one. It would be like a Saturday or Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, "No one's going anywhere. No one's doing nothing. So don't ask." Oh my God.
Oh, that's so funny.
She always insisted on telling us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. By the time we were teenagers, she could read our minds. My mom, another saying, Mama knows. She stole that from black mothers, though. That's a black mom thing. Mama knows, child. I would, my mom, just occasionally, Mama knows, child.
Mayhaps, child.
Mayhaps.
Not.
Are you the oldest lady ever? Mayhaps I am, and mayhaps I'm not, child.
If you're a fan of Stephen King, you'll know what that's from.
Mother Abigail. Then life was really tough. Mother wouldn't let our friends just honk the horn when they drove up. They had to come up to the door so she could meet them. Well, that's more like on a date, I guess.
Yeah, also, your date, if they should be coming up to the door and introducing themselves. It's quite rude to just honk your horn.
I don't mind the honking in the horn. As a matter of fact, if it was a male friend of mine that came to the door and knocked the door, my mom would be like, "Is he gay? Is he gay?"
Oh, Mom.
Every friend I had, my mom would go, "Josh, he's gay. I know it. He's gay." And guess what? She was right about almost all of them.
Well, Mama
Most of them are
knows.
married to men now.
Mama knows.
Mama knows, child. Mama knows a gay when she sees one. Mama knows, honey.
Oh. Oh.
It is funny because back then she'd go, "Josh, that boy is gay." I'm telling you. And I go, "No, Mom, he's not gay. He's just not like masculine or whatever." And then of course he's married to a man now. Like everyone she said that about is married to a man now.
Yeah.
And to be fair, they did walk into my house going, "Hey!" And I was like, "No, he's not gay."
No, he's not gay. He just likes musical theater.
Yeah, exactly. He just wants to spend the night every night. Oh my God. While everyone else could date when they were 12 or 13. Wait, who got to date when they were 12 or 13? Everyone I knew that was dating at 12 or 13, their parents weren't okay with it. They just did it anyway.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to be talking like this the whole time, and I don't even mean it. I just got into my drawl, and it's going to be a Southern Drawl episode right there. Get ready. We're going to talk about TikTok. We're going to be talking about TikTok soon. We had to wait till we were 16. I had to wait. My mom said, "No date until you're 21." So, but I was dating way younger than that.
And over in my house, my parents were like, "Are you ever going to go on a date?"
Yeah, my mom was skeptical of anyone I wanted to go on a date with. She'd go, "You ain't going to no movies with no hussy. I tell you that right now. I ain't let you go out there. You're going to be hooky and a nookie," which means you're going to be hooking up with girls. You're going to be shacking up. I ain't going to let you shack up with some lady, with some hooker, with some slut.
Some hussy.
And these are like sweet, like church-going women. Some slut.
Mama knows.
Mama knows a slut when she sees one. And guess what? She was right. They're all strippers now. No, I'm just playing. because of our mother, we missed out on lots of things other kids experience. That's not a good thing. None of us, well, maybe it depends. None of us have ever been caught shoplifting, vandalizing others' property, or ever arrested for any crime. It was all her fault. Now that one is mean. You got to do some cool stuff in your life, okay? You got to get arrested for a crime.
Yeah.
You got to get caught shoplifting or vandalizing someone's property.
Yeah, you want to murder somebody before you go off to college.
You want to at least get your first kill in. Damn, Mom. Damn, Mama. You don't let me do shit.
You want to be able to feel what it's like to see the life drain out of a man's eyes. And if your mom doesn't let you do that,
She's
that's
mean.
a mean mom.
That's a mean mom. Mom never lets me kill.
Mom never lets me commit a genocide. I don't know.
Mama never lets me fire up the gas chambers. Damn, Mama, you're mean. Damn, Mama's mean. Mama never lets me run the camps. Damn, Mama, you're mean. That was the thing. Hitler's mom, too nice.
Yeah.
Needed a meaner mama. That's how this will all end.
It's because his mom was telling him his artwork was beautiful and wonderful and he's special, and then he goes to art school and they're like, no, your mom's stupid, your art sucks.
Yeah.
She should have been mean.
She should have been mean. She said, your art sucks.
And your speeches are too long.
You talk too damn much. You talk so long. I'm bored. Choose this, choose that. I don't give a rat's ass.
Sit down.
Sit down and shut up. No one's going anywhere, and no one's coming over.
Yeah.
Ugh. Now that we have left home, we are all God-fearing, educated, honest adults. We are doing our best to be mean parents just like Mom was. I think that's what's wrong with the world today. It just doesn't have enough mean moms anymore. That needs to say no more. It just don't, and it needs to say don't. It just don't have it. It just don't have no mean moms no more. Mike Doyle. Well, thank you for sending that, Mom. And if you're listening to this podcast, stop listening to this filthy podcast. But also, love you, and I'm glad that I had a mean mom. Because you know what? Me too. I think that is what's wrong with the damn world today. All these damn they-thems running around. All these damn people that are gay, but they don't know they're gay yet. They need a mean mom and tell them they're gay. That's the problem with this damn world today. They need a mean mom.
Yeah.
That's why we need our first woman president. But it better be a Southern woman, and she better be mean. I don't want no Michelle Obama, nice lady president. I want a mean mom. I want Roseanne for president. Roseanne. We need a mean mom president right now. Anyway, well, let's move on here. We do have to talk about, are you cold?
A little bit.
The window's open too
A little
cold?
bit.
Here, let me shut it here. Now, how on a scale of 1 to 10, how mean was your mom?
I'm gonna say like a 7, maybe. 6 or
Seven's pretty high.
6 or a 7.
What
I mean,
aspects
my
was she
mom
mean
wasn't-
in?
My mom wasn't really like. I mean, she did all. If we're going off the mean scale based on what's in this article,
Yeah.
the knowing everywhere I was going and all of that, my mom didn't really do. But yeah, I mean, my mom was pretty involved, and she wanted us to eat healthy and have activities.
Could
and
she identify gay friends?
No. No,
She
I don't
wasn't
think
mean enough.
I don't think so.
Weren't mean enough.
I would point them out for her.
Mom, that's a gay. And she goes, no. Well, so the big thing in the news isn't mean moms, you know? It's just not. It's just not what's going on in the news, Lauren. What's going on in the news is another Southern accent still involved in this one, the TikTok. This is the trial of TikTok. It's the trial of the century. This is the biggest trial since OJ.
Wow. Wow.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
No, the TikTok hearings are the biggest thing since, the Johnny Depp, Amber Heard pooping in the bed. This is blowing up.
Yeah, but I feel like, to me, it feels like every 6 months they try and hold hearings for a different social media company.
I mean, they do that a lot. You're
And
right.
nothing happens. And nothing happens. It's all a big show. Nothing comes of it.
But none of them are trying to incite a war with China. See, that's the problem. That none of them are trying to convince the American public that we need to go to war with China.
You're right. That could be the difference between this one and all the others.
This one is like, hey, we need to let you know that China's evil because we need to go to war.
No,
Also,
we're not going to get rid of TikTok because we have like lobbyists who are giving us a lot of money to keep it in place, but we definitely want to prime the, public discourse to have you maybe want to go to war with China.
Maybe, or at least that China's evil. And what a lot of people are saying is that, and we're a little late on this. We're not the earliest podcast to talk about this now because we don't do a podcast 4 times a week to catch every fucking story. But what a lot of people are saying, maybe it's good, maybe that gives us some time to think about it, whereas other podcasts, they hear the story right away and then they say something stupid. But what I've heard a lot of people saying is that because there's really virtually no difference between TikTok and the social media we make here in America as far as surveillance and saving your data and selling your data and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
It's that TikTok is actually doing better than all of them, and it's a Chinese owned business. And so the American businesses are lobbying to get it removed so that they can get all the ad revenue and TikTok doesn't get the ad revenue.
Yeah.
And it's like those huge social media companies in Silicon Valley do lobby politicians. So it's very, very possible that that's what's going on as well. It's like, yeah, we got to get rid of it because it's Chinese. But also, this whole time we weren't allowed to say China virus. That's so racist. Now we can go, we got to get rid of this Chinese app. Ooh, this app is so Chinese. This whole hearing, every one of them is like, you don't even know how Chinese the app is. The app is so damn Chinese.
How Chinese is it, Joshua?
Oh, God. It's owned by a company named ByteDance. And guess how Chinese ByteDance is? ByteDance is as Chinese as they come.
It's dancing in one of them dragon costumes. It's so Chinese.
ByteDance is located in a wet market. It's so damn Chinese. Ugh. So, yes, no, we weren't allowed to say China virus. That's a little racist. But when you talk about how Chinese TikTok is, ooh, these politicians, they stand up on their desk. They're squinting their eyes. They're going, y'all don't know how Chinese these damn apps are. Y'all never seen a Chinesier app than TikTok, I tell you what.
It's literally the Great Wall of apps.
It's the Chinesiest. Now, I would, if I was TikTok, I'd make that our motto. TikTok, it's the Chinesiest. You got Instagram, you got Facebook, but TikTok's just the Chinesiest one of all of them. Anyway, so now all of the news, like mainstream news, is reporting this as like, man, this TikTok CEO really flubbed it up. Our Congress members, our beautiful men and women of the Congress who questioned this man, they really made him look stupid. And then TikTok videos are like, look at how stupid these old people are. Like, look at how none of them know how the internet works.
Yeah.
And of course they're going to get shared on TikTok because TikTok is like, TikTokers, I do love that it's like, we got to get rid of this Chinese app. And then there's a bunch of teenagers. They're like, no, I need it. I need it.
You're like, no.
I have to dance. I have like millions of followers. I do like the idea of us banning it and then all of the influencers like lose everything and then they cry. Just makes me happy. Because we don't get anything. If I could hold a hearing with the CEO of TikTok, I'd ask, why are our comments so mean on our page? We're just trying to make people laugh. Right?
Yeah.
I go, let me show you a clip of us making fun of a bus driver, okay? You tell me if you understand that we're being sarcastic. Mr. Chow, can you pick up that we're being sarcastic? Because your Chinese app...
I need to know, how much data have you collected on Working Crass podcast that literally just tells you we're idiots?
Anyway, all right, let's see let's see some of these videos of them talking to the CEO of TikTok and acting a fool.
Mm-hmm. The mean moms and dads of America. That's the other name for Congress.
Now, I said Congress. Are these Congress members? Is that what this is?
This is the Senate, right?
Yeah, no, it's congressional hearing.
Okay.
So it's Congress, actually. Cool. All right, let's see.
Well, Congress is it's the House and the Senate,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We'll cut this part out.
Yeah. Yeah. Congress is, yeah, for sure.
Again, more data to prove that we're idiots.
When I was growing up, I tried to learn what Congress was, and my mama said there's more important chores to do, son. She was mean.
Well, you have the House of Representatives and the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
And usually the Senate is the one that does hearings.
Okay. And I knew that.
But this these could be House members.
Sure. Yeah, they could. You're right.
We'll cut this part out.
And I knew. No, we won't. No, we won't. We're not cutting any of this.
It's the home Wi-Fi network.
Okay, wait. Let me rewind.
Does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Only if the user turns on the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand the...
So if I have a TikTok app on my phone and my phone is on my home Wi-Fi network, does TikTok access that network?
It will have to access the network to get connections to the internet, if that's the question.
I just love, and I work at a tech company, so part of this is just me, like, this is the kind of questions I get asked on the phone all the time. It's like, are y'all accessing my home network? And you have to pause, and you have to be like, well, yes, in order to access the internet, it would need to access your home network.
Is that like Google?
Yeah. Now, when I log into the website, y'all got a little remember me checkbox. Does that mean you remember me? Does that mean TikTok remembers who I am? Do you know who I am?
Does TikTok have thoughts?
Does TikTok... What does TikTok think about me? Does that mean the Chinese government remembers me? If I come visit China and I go to the government, are they going to go, hey, I know you, because I clicked on the remember me box? And he'll have to go, no, sir. It just means that it will remember your login. Oh, it remembers my login, but it can't remember me.
Oh, it remembers my login because I can't even remember my login.
Oh, it must be superhuman then, because I sure as hell can't remember shit.
To be fair, though, my lack of tech knowledge would if I
Oh, okay. You're saying tech knowledge.
Yes.
I thought you just didn't finish the word technology. My lack of tech knowledge. I thought you just like gave up halfway through it.
Yeah. No.
Your lack of tech knowledge.
Yes, knowledge of tech. I'm very tech illiterate.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably be asking the same questions as these Congress people.
Sad. You needed a mean mom. You needed a meaner mom. That's just the thing.
Is it possible then that it could access other devices on that home Wi-Fi network?
Congressman, we do not do anything that is beyond any industry norms. I believe the answer to your question is no. It could be technical. Let me get back to you.
Okay, I'd appreciate it if you can answer that.
Yeah. The guy's just like, yeah, we don't like connect TikTok to your other devices connected to your internet as well.
That literally felt like what you tell people when you put them on hold for customer service. I'll get back to you in a moment, sir.
I'll have to get back to you in a moment. What that really means is I need, this is a tech, a tech support specialist here. What that means is I need to take a minute to comprehend how stupid what you just said is. And then I need to like write my response down because what you've said is so dumb. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do about these these congressmen. They just don't like this Chinese app. But it's like it is a dumb question. So TikTok's accessing my internet, right? Can it touch my refrigerator? Because my refrigerator's on Wi-Fi.
I got a smart refrigerator.
I
want to know if TikTok can get into my fridge and empty my milk.
I use another computer, okay? And on that computer, I watch Teletubby pornography. These are adults. They're all adults. But they dress up in Teletubby costumes and they have sex with each other's butts. Now, I don't want my wife seeing that. I don't want the Chinese government seeing it either. Can TikTok see me jerking off to Teletubby pornography? And he's like, no, sir, TikTok cannot watch you. Oh, then how come everyone found out about it? How come I'm divorced then, huh? Tell me that. How come I'm divorced then? Anyway, all right, this one's pretty good too. Let me put my headset back on.
Yeah, I would probably be asking just as stupid technology questions, but I'm not in Congress.
That's true.
And I would like to think that the people that we elect for these positions that make legislative decisions.
You think we elect these people?
I am a fool. I am a fool indeed.
You idiot. These people are paid.
But you'd think the people who are making legislative decisions should, have some, they should feel like they have,
an expertise in what they're asking questions about. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yes, you would think so, but, given our, no. That's given our situation.
I was trying to find a nice way to put it, and I just couldn't think of how to do that.
Technology.
They need to be able to technology.
And then...
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's go to this next clip here.
No, I kept wanting to say, like, elite status, but that isn't what I was going for.
No.
I wanted to say expertise. And you helped me get to the right word.
Nice. Hell yeah. Let's check out this next clip here.
Talk specifically, can you tell me right now, can you say with 100% certainty that TikTok...
That you don't see me looking at Teletubby porn. Can you say that with 100% certainty?
TikTok does not use the phone's camera to determine whether the content that elicits a pupil dilation should be amplified by the algorithm? Can you tell me that?
We do not collect body, face, or voice data to identify our users. We do not. The only face data that you get that we collect.
You don't, because Alex Jones says you do. This sounds like a conspiracy. I'm sorry, but like, you don't watch my pupils, and when they dilate, it sounds like something off of like a InfoWars like conspiracy theory. Like, TikTok, it actually can watch your eyes, and anytime they dilate, they give you more content that notices your eyes are dilating.
Well, I don't know about eye dilation, but there is stuff that maps where your eyes are looking at the computer.
Sure, but those are like research like tools that are not built into your phone. Those are like research tools that if you go to like a research facility that studies the way people use their phones, they use cameras and stuff to do that, but that's not something that's built into apps on your phone.
I don't know. I think they probably collect that data without our knowledge.
Yeah, again, these are like conspiracies that I just like, I don't know. I don't think the technology is there to do that. I just don't. And also it's not built into apps like that. It's just not. And as he's about to say too, it's like the only time that they use any kind of face data or any type of facial recognition data is where to recognize to put puppy filters and sunglasses on your face. Like that's usually the situation.
Is when you use the filters to have, say, sunglasses on your face, we need to know where your eyes are.
Why do you need to know where the eyes are if you're not seeing if they're dilated?
And the data
But he is obsessed with this dilated thing, which I'm telling you has to come from some weird conspiracy theory website that is like, they can tell when your eyes are dilated. Here's the thing. Yes, the app can tell when you like what you're watching because you watch it for longer, you click like on it, you comment on it, or you share it, or you save it, or just simply you watch it for a long time, you click on the profile of the person that made it, so then you go look at their other videos. All of these things are what the app can say, like, you like this, and so the algorithm will now benefit these types of videos for you specifically.
Can it tell?
But he's like, no, it's my eyes. It can see my eyes. Chinese people are obsessed with eyes, don't you know? They want these American eyes, and they can't have them. You want my eyes, Mr. CEO?
All right, fine. Maybe they don't track eye dilation. What about a woman when she's giving birth? Can TikTok tell how far along she's dilated down there?
Can TikTok determine cervix dilation? Tell me.
You mean to tell me you ain't collecting data on cervix dilation?
Oh man. He's like he's like it needs to, like, in order for it to put sunglasses on your eyes, it needs to be able to tell where your eyes are positioned on your face.
He's like,
why do you need to know where my eyes are? What a dumb question. Why do you need to know where my eyes are? And why is that like Chinese government, like great intel for the Chinese government is like, oh, we finally figured out where their eyes are on their heads. Like, oh, great intel. I don't know. Ooh, we finally figured out where their eyes are on their heads. So big, so wide.
Data is stored on your local device and deleted after use if you use it for facial. Again, we do not collect body, face, or voice data to identify our users.
I find that hard to believe. It's our understanding that they're looking at the eyes. How do you determine what age they are then?
Okay, here's another thing.
How do you determine what age they are?
How do you determine what age they are then? When I'm looking in someone's eyes and they look a little more dilated, I know they're 13.
Chris Hansen, arrest this man.
Wait a minute. I said 17, right? Oh, no. Oh, shit. Now, I just find that hard to believe. Now, here is what is easy to believe. Your iPhone itself has the facial unlock feature. Most of the newer model iPhones have that. So your iPhone does have the ability to recognize, store the information about what your face looks like and recognize your face. It does have facial recognition software, and none of them are concerned about that. They have read that phones can do that and are saying TikTok does this, but look, phones have the ability to do it. So if anybody's doing that, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok are probably doing it. Like, there's nothing that TikTok is doing here that Facebook and Twitter and Instagram don't probably already do.
Yeah.
Especially something like Snapchat, too, where you're taking selfies constantly. You're always taking pictures of your face. But even that, facial recognition software, what benefit does the Chinese government have of what our faces look like? Like, what's the benefit here?
To tell us apart, Joshua.
It's so hard. All these damn white people look alike. No, what's different about them? Did you see that? I think you watched it with me. The Yunmi Park on Flagrant with Andrew Schultz.
Yes, I loved that.
And he asks her she says to her, all black people look alike, all Indian people look alike, all white people look alike, and they're like, well, what about Asians? She goes, no, we all look different.
Yeah, well, that's why they want to collect that data.
Oh man.
We rely on age gating as our key age assurance.
Age
gating, which is when you ask the user what age they are. We have also developed some tools where we...
This is such a weird question. You can't see the dilation in their eyes. How is it that you can tell how old they are? And of course, his answer is, well, the app asks you how old you are. So you put that in, and we can tell that way.
Which, if the person was smart, he would have countered with, well, how can you assure that the person entering their age is the age they say they are?
Then but then you could just say we can't, and that's the only information we have on age. Is
Well, that's like the gotcha thing, right?
right, exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Sure, but it's like, that's what he's saying is like that's the only data that they store on age is the data that you provide for them already.
Mm-hmm.
It is very, very weird. I also don't remember. I mean, I've used TikTok before. I'm sure this guy has used TikTok. I don't remember the part where it said, like, let me guess your age. Look at the camera. Like,
please just submit a photo of your eyes.
like, he had to have been looking beforehand at his TikTok and then, like, just trying to figure out, like, what can I get this guy on? And he goes, age? 58? How did fucking know that? And he doesn't remember putting it in because he has dementia. He's like, how did it figure out I'm 50? It must be reading my dilations. Weird. I could understand why a lot of young people who use TikTok would look at this and be like, yeah, we shouldn't ban TikTok at all. And I have no problem with the Chinese government now. Whereas, like, I think there's a lot of concerns that should be had, and like, but these clips do not show any of them. And there's a lot of clips where he comes out like looking like, I think all of the stuff with Dan Crenshaw interviewing him, like he actually built a pretty decent argument and was able to point out when this guy's like argument didn't line up with what he was saying. So
yeah.
But anyway, let's keep going.
We look at their public profile to go through the videos that they post to see whether
Well, that's creepy. Tell me more about that.
it's public. So if you post a video that you choose that video to go public, that's how you get people to see your video. We look at those to see if it matches up the age that you talked about.
So we look at what you post. We can see what you post. That's creepy. Well, it's public.
I like how he's like, that's creepy. Talk more about that.
Yeah. I like creepy stuff.
Do my work for me.
Yeah, exactly. Make yourself look bad. Look at the camera. Say something controversial. Oh, my God. So you're telling me that this app ain't as Chinese as I thought it was? I thought this app was the Chinesiest. Anyway, I think that's enough TikTok, right? How far are we right now? Let's see. I need to edit this tonight, so we'll probably need to end soon. You want to skip forward to the Am I the Asshole? One of these Am I the Assholes?
All right.
Now, I will say before we do move forward to anything, though, that you are listening to Working Crass Podcast, and we're very thankful to have you here. We are on Instagram at Working Crass Pod. We're on YouTube at Working Crass Pod. If you enjoy the podcast, please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell, comment on the episode, share it. All of these things will help the algorithm pick up our stuff to the people who will like to watch this kind of stuff too. That's the key, is because sometimes we're getting thrown to people who hate the kind of podcast that we do. We don't want that. So if you enjoy it, we need more people like you. We need more people like you. So
yeah. And post in the comments, like, what can you tell about a person based on their eye dilation?
Yeah, what exactly, if we were to give you like a bunch of pictures of different dilated eyes, what could you tell about their age? Could you tell their ethnicity? Probably.
And don't just put like, oh, they're on drugs. That's boring. We know that already.
Yeah.
We want
we
the
will
other
only
stuff.
show you photos of people on drugs. We're going to show you the Teletubbies. The guys who are in the Teletubby suits will give you all their dilations. Can you tell which one of them is a child molester?
Yeah. That's the kind of stuff we want to know. So put that in the comments if you can.
Now, a couple fun things coming up for Working Crass Podcast. One of them is that we put out a sketch today. So, yay! And every 45 episodes or so, we'll put out a new one. No, I'd like us to do more. And we'll work on putting out more sketches throughout on our channel. But it'd just be fun to occasionally do a funny, goofy sketch so that we can show that we've actually done comedy before and we're not just two morons on a podcast. Although we are just two morons on a podcast. But it was a fun sketch to make. We've been writing that one for over a year. We recorded like an hour of stuff and cut it down to like 2.5 minutes. So it's go check it out.
We didn't like spend over a year writing. We came up with the idea like a year ago and just didn't get around to really working on it until this year.
I've been editing it. I've been editing it.
I've been editing it.
I have been editing it
editing it.
for over a year on my phone and everything. So, and we'll talk about it. It would just come up, and we would work a little bit more on it as it goes. It's also like when I'm working on stuff like that, I've realized that like I have to take breaks from it. And now I can't spend a whole year anymore. But I do. When you watch something over and over and over and over, it's just like it's not funny anymore. I mean, that thing. I'm glad to have it out there so I can stop looking at it. It's ugly. I hate it. I don't want it. And so we put it out there. So we hope you enjoy it. Share it with people, please, if you did enjoy it. And we'll give you some more sketches soon.
Yeah.
But also, I do want to announce that in May we're going to do Working Crass Mayhem. Is that what
Mayhem?
Mayhem. It's Mayhem. Where we've had a couple guests on the podcast before. It always ends up going really, really fun. It's a fun time when we have guests. We love doing the solo episodes with just the two of us here. So we'll continue to do those. But in the month of May, every episode will be a guest episode with many new guests that have never been on Working Crass podcast before. Some are comedians, some are pals, some are relatives. We got all kinds of crazy shit.
We got guests on guests on guests on guests.
We got guests on guests. We got some that are wild that might say some crazy things to get us banned, and we got some that might be like, "This is what you do on your podcast. We're not friends anymore." So we got the whole spectrum of guests. So definitely you're going to want to tune in for Working Crass Mayhem. Is that how we should do it constantly? Mayhem. I wish I had like an echo button on here. Mayhem. Is that Muse's Madness?
Yeah.
Cool. So let's finish it out with a beautiful "Am I the Asshole?" Now.
All right.
Let's get this pulled up here. So, as we always love to do, these are Reddit Am I the Assholes?
Yeah.
People submit stories to our Am I the Asshole? And we determine for ourselves if they're the asshole and just kind of discuss the story. So, this one is, am I the asshole for exposing my future brother-in-law's shady past to my family?
Ooh. Ooh.
I'm 37 years old. I'm a female, and I come from a close-knit family. I have two younger siblings, 28 male and 27 female, and my sister recently got engaged to future brother-in-law, 23 male, after dating him for around a year. We all know him well, and I have always got along with him. He comes from a rough background, but he has always been very polite and charming. He doesn't talk about his own family or about his upbringing. My sister said it's a painful topic for him, so no one ever pushed.
27 dating a 23-year-old. She likes him young.
Ooh. You got those big pupils. You got those dilated pupils. There was recently a family event in which future brother-in-law attended. He was quiet during the day. He's normally high energy and sociable, and then disappeared for a while. When I went outside for some fresh air, I bumped into him. He was emotional and said it was a hard day for him due to negative associations. He ended up offloading some quite shocking things from his past, including that he has a history of very serious drug use, including needles, and that he has done sex work and porn, men and women.
Lots of eye dilation. In that sentence.
Lots of hole dilation and
lots of dilations.
these things here. I felt for him at the time because he was so upset, literally crying on my shoulder, but afterwards I felt more and more uncomfortable. I still feel bad for him since he clearly regrets it, but it's very shocking to find out he has that kind of history, and it does make me feel differently about him. Ooh. So how do you feel so far? If you were to find that out about your future brother-in-law, sister-in-law, any kind of situation like that, would that change how you feel about them?
Well, it sounds like he feels like
shame,
bad about he doesn't he's not proud of those past choices that he made.
Right.
And it sounds like he's learned from those experiences and wants to change.
Mm-hmm.
But I would probably be asking, well, have you told, your your significant other this.
Yeah, that would be my only concern. Yeah,
I'd be
would
like,
be
it's not. It's like you have to tell them because it's not right to hold that information from them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I don't think I would disclose it because it's not really my place.
I mean, maybe I would if like.
But if they never say anything, maybe there's like a certain point where you have to step in. I don't know what the threshold for determining when stepping in would be,
right.
but yeah.
I guess if I ask that question, like, did you let your significant other know? Like, did you let my sister or whatever the situation is know? And they said no, then I would urge them to tell them,
Right.
and then I would consider maybe telling that sibling as well. Anyway, let's see what happens here. So they said, obviously, I told my husband what my future brother-in-law told me because I didn't feel comfortable keeping it to myself. I also told my sister because I didn't know how honest he had been with her and it could impact on her decision to marry him. She was angry and said she was fully aware and it doesn't make her think less of him. I know others might disagree, but I decided if my sister and future brother-in-law weren't going to bring it up, then it was my responsibility to make sure my family had the information they needed to make an informed choice about what kind of relationship they have with him. My parents agreed it was the right thing to do, and we're grateful. My brother said he could see my point, but didn't think it was my responsibility to share that information. My brother's wife thought I was out of line.
Your brother is correct, and your brother's wife is also correct.
Yeah. So the wife was or the future wife was already aware of this.
Mm-hmm.
This was already something that, and she went and told her husband, which I always say if you have a secret and you share it with someone who is in a committed relationship or married, you have to know that those two people are going to know it. Like your partner knows all of your secrets, but they'll keep it. If they're a good partner, they keep it with you. Like you don't. That's why if you have a dude that's married to a girl who's a gossiper and tells all of her friends, you don't tell that dude anything either. Or, sometimes that dude doesn't tell his wife anything, probably, if she gossips it all around anyway. Yeah. But anyway, that's why I have a lovely wife who keeps her mouth shut. I'm great with secrets.
Zip that lip.
She has no friends to yap to it about. No, I'm just joking. You have plenty of friends.
I have plenty of friends.
I have friends.
They're
friends.
real.
Tinky Winky.
They're real.
Tinky Winky, Dipsy, and Poe.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's out of line. It's out of line. It's out of line.
That's 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 out of line.
It's out of line.
Yeah. It could have completely been avoided if they had just asked, have you told so-and-so this?
Yep. I agree. I completely agree.
It would have saved them all this trouble.
But this is the weird thing. It's like I decided if my sister and future brother-in-law weren't going to bring it up, then it was my responsibility to make sure my family had the information they needed to make an informed choice about what kind of relationship they have with him. See, that's the thing. I decided
you took it upon yourself.
It was my responsibility to ruin my sister's relationship.
Yeah, to put a wedge between your
family
and your brother-in-law.
Correct. Yep. Anyway, it says, when my sister found out I told our family about future brother-in-law's sketchy past, she was very angry. She is now refusing to speak to me altogether because apparently this has affected future brother-in-law quite badly. Of course, he feels like he can't trust you.
Not only that, but he feels probably like everybody is looking down on him.
This would be a very different thing if like he confided in you that he was lying about something, or that he had some kind of like sketchy past that he had, like we said, hadn't told anyone, but also was being like I don't know, deceitful about it in some way.
Right. If he was like, I'm actually running a Chinese spyware app where I'm collecting data on all of the people in the United States and sending
Here's
it
how
over
it works.
to spies.
We look at their dilations. We look at their eye dilations.
Yeah. If he said that.
Yeah. No, for sure. Then you need to share it. But clearly
you need to go to Congress.
But clearly this was like, this was, I don't know, he felt shame about it. He felt a lot of shame about this situation. So it's not your thing to share with other people. And I would feel betrayed if I went to somebody in confidence that I trusted and shamefully poured out my feelings about something, and then they went and like told somebody about it because they felt it was their responsibility to let them know, and they thought differently of me afterwards. This is like, that's not a good family member. For someone who's about to be your future family member, that's like not a good way to treat a family member, right?
Yeah.
If they confide in you. Anyway, they need a mean mom. They are no longer engaged because he thinks he's not good enough for her, and no one in my family has seen him since all of this happened. Obviously, that wasn't my intention, and no one said he isn't good enough. I think it's naive to pretend that you see someone exactly the same way after finding out they're an addict. Whether you like it or not, there are risks that come with that lifestyle, and relapses are common. I'm concerned that my sister will get hurt, and I don't think it's unreasonable for my family to have access to the same information I do, especially when they're inviting him to their homes and there are children around, etc. Am I the asshole for informing my family about future brother-in-law's background? I'm going to say yes. Now, this was the kind of mean mom thing that that I did not like 100% about my upbringing, was that people with a past, like, you know, with trouble, who struggled in the past, the mentality behind it is this mentality of like, well, you know, they probably aren't going to change. They could relapse any minute. They are now a less than person. They are a person that like we all need to like look out for and be wary of, because they could just, you know, go into this again, when he clearly shows some remorse and regret for that person that he was and doesn't want to be that person anymore.
Yeah.
And as far as we can tell, doesn't show signs of that, but of becoming that person again. But I don't know. If he was showing signs of, you know, struggling to maybe start doing drugs again, or to get into selling his body again, or whatever it was that he was doing, then maybe I would change my tune here. But
yeah, I mean, you would want to be cautious because there's a possibility of that, but give them the benefit of the doubt that they're trying to change.
Yeah. In my experience, recovered addicts are the most responsible and interesting and I would say like I don't know, trustworthy people, because if it depends on how far along they are in the recovery process, for sure. Like I wouldn't say like, you know, 1 month clean recovery, you know. But I would say, you know, somebody who's been through recovery and they've been sober for 10 years, you know,
many years
exactly
into the program,
and they have a sponsor, and they are a sponsor for someone else, and you know, that means that they've taken all of their responsibility onto themselves. They're responsible for other people as well. It's a program that really like builds out character in a person. And I don't know, I think that some of those people are the most interesting people, and I don't like when I see you know, people who are recovering get treated as though like they're just like, you know, a lost cause, you know. There's nothing that can be done for them. But again, I can understand somebody being trepidatious about someone who's only been clean for like a few months. Sure. Like it's I don't know, there's a risk there for sure. That's the missing thing here. We need to know how long it's been since he's been sober.
Yeah, that information would have been good.
Then we could tell if you're an asshole or not. If he's been sober for like a few weeks, yeah, you probably need to tell the family. Like, I don't know. That's like, I don't know. It's something you might want to know.
Yeah, but again, it wasn't her place to tell the family.
Not her place at all.
It should have been
a conversation between her and the sister.
The sister telling the family and him telling the family, having a discussion all together.
Absolutely.
That's how it should be done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I think we know who the asshole is.
And it's the Chinesest app that ever was.
Tic-tac, the Chinese app. That's who's the asshole. Well, thank y'all for listening. Now, I do need to know though, Lauren, what did you learn?
I learned that a brand new carnival game that's going to be taking over this nation is going to be guessing people's ages by their eye dilation.
Absolutely.
and their butthole dilation and their vag dilation. Basically, anything that can dilate, you can guess their age by it. Carnies.
I always knew that you can guess age by butthole dilation, but
Carnies are going to make a killing.
well, I learned that all this world needs is a meaner mom. That's what kids these days are missing out on is a mean mom.
You know what? Working Crass Podcast. We're for the mean moms.
We're for the mean mom. Actually, I don't want to. I want to be the podcast that the mean moms are like, turn that shit off. That's what I want to be. I want to be the podcast when the mean mom hears it, she goes, "You can't listen to that." I'll never forget watching my favorite show in the world, South Park, on DVD.
Yeah.
When my mom walks in the room, she's never seen South Park before, and it's the one where Chef has come back and he's molesting the children. He's like, they're gonna kill Chef off, and he goes, "Let me play with your balls, children." And my mom pulled a Sheila. What? Like my mom, when she heard, she goes, "That is sexual stuff with children. Oh my God, I cannot believe you cannot watch this." And she took those DVDs and took them away.
And she
I was
watched
upset.
all of them.
And she watched all of them. No. She's like, "These are evil. You cannot watch this." And I watched it constantly, all the time anyway. And now I have all the DVDs again. Now I'm a grown man and I got my DVDs. Anyway, all right. Thank y'all for listening. Go check out the sketch. It's on our channel on YouTube, and it's on TikTok. All right. See y'all later. Goodbye.
Bye.